guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mama Beach and I'm here today to do a review of a very important bag that Coach recently released, and it has been flying off the shelves, and it is their Cassie Crossbody. This is for sale in Coach retail boutiques only, not outlet locations. They have it in this signature coated canvas with the rust colored trim. They also have it in lots of different pebbled leather colors, black, white, in the solid pebbled leather, and then I've seen a lot of different color block leather options. So I want to take you on a tour of this bag today, show you the features, show you what fits, and some mod shots of the bag so you can decide if it's the right crossbody for you. I want to get the elephant out of the room right away though, because the reason this little bag has been so popular is because people are saying it's a dupe for the Louis Vuitton Pochette Métis, which it really is. It is a very similar silhouette. When we go through the bag, you will see a lot of similarities between this and that bag. Now, it's not actually modeled after that bag. It is modeled after a vintage Coach style that I believe was called the Court. So if you really like this bag, go look for the vintage version of this if you're on a little bit of a budget, because you can pick those up pretty inexpensively on the resale market. Even so, this bag retails for $350 for the coated canvas version, and I believe it's $395 for the leather versions of this bag. And that is a great cost savings in comparison to what a Pochette Métis costs, which is thousands of dollars. So if you're on a budget and you can't afford Louis Vuitton, get yourself one of these. If you're on a budget and you can't afford one of these, go look for the vintage version of this bag. I guarantee they are made so well that there's still some out there in fabulous condition. So let's go over the features real quick and I'll show you just a general tour of the bag. So you can see here it has a flap closure with the Coach turn lock here. The little turn lock piece is stamped. And then you have this rust colored leather. It has a very slight burnished effect to it. It's not obnoxious. I've seen some burnished bags that I don't care for where it's very dark on the edge and very light in the middle, but this is very subtle. It just gives the bag a little bit of dimension. From the side view here, you can see we have leather piping on the canvas sections. Then we have leather covering the midsection here. Leather hang tag that's stamped with Coach. And this particular one has the brass hardware, which is my favorite hardware from Coach. On the back side, we have more signature coated canvas, and we have a nice big back slip pocket, which has a red fabric interior. Really, really nice size back pocket. I can fit my iPhone 8 Plus with a giant case on it in here, no problem, no struggle. So this is a great bag for those of you who have large smartphones and struggle to fit them in smaller crossbodies. Also great for easy access to the phone, always great to have an outside pocket. You can see here's the other side, just the same. I didn't point out the rivets here when I went over the first side. And then the bottom is flat. You can see that burnished effect on the edges here where it's just a little bit darker to give it some dimension. Probably the cutest little feature on this bag is the top handle. And the top handle is nice because it does lay down flat, so it won't get in your way even though it's not removable. It's also just so small, it really wouldn't be an issue even if it didn't lay down flat. But it's a nice option to be able to carry by hand, also to grab out of your car quickly and throw it on your shoulder. And then they've given you a pretty plain strap here, but it is nice and wide. It just matches the leather trim on the bag. And another good feature I really like about this bag is the amount of adjustable holes. I think there's something like 7 on this thing, so you can really customize it to your height and also to how you like your crossbody bag to hang. Let me show you the inside here. You just flip the turn lock open, and inside is this really nice burgundy fabric. Because this bag is coated canvas, you're not going to find leather inside. I'm not sure if the leather versions have leather inside. My guess is no, because they're not from the 1941 collection. Usually only see leather interiors on that collection. But it does help keep the bag lighter weight. I will say later in my video, I'll probably go over this. Since this is such a large size crossbody, you can fit tons in it, which is great. But because of that, it does get pretty heavy on the shoulder. And this strap is pretty wide, but I would have appreciated if they'd given like a wider shoulder pad that you could kind of adjust if you're carrying a lot, and put it on your shoulder to help kind of spread the load out. But if you don't carry a whole lot of heavy items, I don't know that I'd worry about it, especially in this coated canvas version with the fabric interior. That's probably the lightest version of this bag that you can get. All the other versions are gonna be heavier, just FYI. And so the inside is set up in 3 separate compartments. You have this slip pocket in the back, which is kind of narrow. Then you have a wider middle section. And the middle section does have 1 zip pocket, which is nice. And you see the Creed patch there that you see in all Coach bags. And in the front, we have another slip pocket that's a little bit wider and more generous than the back pocket. And I will say my smartphone also fits easily in any of these pockets, but I think most of us would keep it in the outside pocket unless you're really worried about someone reaching in and stealing it. So that is a tour of this bag. I'm going to fill it up for you and show you what fits now. And surprisingly, right out of the gate, I'm going to show you the #1 question, which is the iPad question. And I thought there was no way that this was going to fit in this bag, but it does. It fits only in the center section, and it pretty much takes up the entire center section. But if you need to have an iPad with you, one will fit in here. This is the 9.5-inch iPad Pro, just FYI. So that fits in the center. So if I had that in there, I would put a full-size wallet along the back wall. I would put a more narrow pouch on the front wall. This bag, you kind of have to think in terms of more narrow items. Something like this is gonna be tough, especially with the iPad in here. I'll show you in a minute without the iPad. You can fit a few wider items, but this really is set up for more narrow items. So I'm gonna throw a couple of other smaller items in the front: hand sanitizer, eye drops, lip product, keys, and that's how I would fill this bag. You could even fit a couple other small narrow pouches, or if you had like a key clay or something like that, that would definitely fit in here. So let me take the iPad out and show you, if you don't need to carry this with you, what else you can fit. When you free up that center section, that's probably, oh, there's a slip pocket here I didn't mention too in the center section. That's probably your best area to fit something a little bit wider if you want to fit something wider, like an umbrella. So if I slip the umbrella all the way to the bottom, it fits great. What I can't do is add another wide item on top, like my glasses case, because that's not gonna close. You need the top to get narrow so that you can close the bag. So I would have to take out my glasses case here and put a more narrow option on top here. Even like if I move maybe my wallet to the center, I wonder if I could fit my glasses in the back. Would that fit? Yeah, but it looks a little silly. So you can see the bottom here expands much more than the top. The top needs to stay narrow so that this flap will close. So just something to keep in mind when you're filling up the bag. You definitely want to put your wider items towards the bottom. And I don't know that I would put more than one on here, even though you can if you needed to. It just makes the bag look a little stretched at the bottom and wonky. So that's how I would fill it. Maybe put a couple more pouches on top of that umbrella if I needed to, or other small items. So now let me get up and show you guys some mod shots of this bag so you know what it looks like on and how it is scaled against the body. All right guys, here it is, the Coach Cassie Crossbody. You can see it is pretty large against the body, but the nice thing is, since it is a more narrow design with these pockets, it doesn't stick out too terribly far, even though it is on the larger side. I have this on almost the last hole setting, so you could even make it lower on the hip. If you're shorter, you can make it higher. There's a lot of play in the strap, which is nice. Like I mentioned, if you do fill it up a lot, it is gonna get heavy on the shoulder, even though this is a pretty generous strap. I will also show you what it looks like swung behind here. It would do really well either direction or directly on your hip. I think this bag would be great for like a mom on the go who doesn't want to carry a big diaper bag. You could easily fit diapers, wipes, and like a little snack for your kid in here along with your essentials. I also think this is a great commuter bag. Somebody that doesn't want to carry a large tote to work but rides buses and trains to work and just wants to have a couple extra things besides their essentials with them at all times. Or for the woman who has to carry everything with her and can't downsize to something like a Dinky or a favorite MM, I think this is a great option. that is the end of this video about my coach, Cassie Crossbody. Before I sign off, I want to mention one thing to you guys, which is you probably noticed I still have the tags on mine. I don't think I'm going to keep this bag. I'm just going to be totally transparent. I think it's great. I think it's beautiful. I think it's functional. I think it's a great price point. I just don't think I need it. After playing around with it at home, filling it up, carrying it around, I really prefer to carry smaller crossbodies. If I'm going to need more items, I prefer to size up to a shoulder bag than to have a large crossbody bag. So while I think this is a great bag and it serves great function for so many people out there, I just don't know that I'm one of them. I don't know that I need a crossbody this big. So just want to be totally honest with you guys. If you have any comments or questions about this bag, please let me know. I will answer them. I probably won't be sending this back for another couple weeks just in case I get questions about anything that I need to like look over the bag and give you guys answers for. I want to have it on hand, but it probably will be going back. And who knows, I might pick it up in the future if it goes on super duper sale at the outlet in like a year from now. But for now, I just don't think I need it. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching today. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below and I will get to them. Also, any requests for videos, I've been getting some of those in my email. I will try to put those together for you guys. And if you haven't subscribed, I hope that you will. I do videos about all different handbag brands from contemporary to luxury designers. So if you love handbags and accessories, I know you'll love my channel. All right, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.